Welcome to the next lesson of Amazing Selling Machine, the post-launch for your launch, blitz, and rank. And here's what we'll be going over. Determining if you should extend or wind down your launch, how to wind down your launch, reviewing the performance of the launch, and then planning ahead for continued sales and growth. Now, the one question all of us have when we're near the end of a launch is, should we keep running the launch or are we ready to stop it and start winding down? While some products take off very quickly, as early as day 4 or 5, some products may take a bit longer to start ranking well. And this depends upon a variety of factors, many out of our control, such as competition, the overall Amazon marketplace activity. For example, is it Prime Day or is it the holiday season where there are lots of sales going on? Depends upon how many sales you made during your launch and other factors as well. Some products may have hit near the top of page 1, some in the middle or near the bottom, and some still on pages 2 or 3. Now, with continual marketing, such as listing optimization, getting more high-quality reviews, sponsored ads optimization, and external traffic with coupons, you should continue to drive sales and improve in the rankings over time. But the big question is, how do you know, based upon where you're at the end of your launch, if you should continue the launch and try to move up higher, or if you've maxed out for now and should move on to these other normal continual marketing activities? So here's the big test. Based upon your daily tracking of search rank, when you get to a position and stay there for about 2 to 3 days, that's a good indication that extending your launch any further may not help you move up any further. Now, keep in mind, this does not mean that this is the highest you'll ever get for that search term. It's simply a temporary ceiling based upon the current status of your product. So based upon the current number of reviews you have, how well it's been selling and converting, and how well it's optimized, that's about as high as you can get right now. But once you improve on all those things, you should be able to reach even higher. Now, if you are still moving up in the search rankings, then you should consider extending the launch for a few more days until you get to the point where you're no longer moving up. But if you're not moving up anymore, then you should start winding down the launch, and there's more on that next, and move into your normal marketing mode. Now, when it is time to wind down your launch, you'll want to keep running some ads and offers so your product doesn't suddenly go cold turkey and get no traffic that's converting at all. So what you'll want to do is run 2 to 3 more days of Facebook offers using a 50% off coupon. But you can set your budgets for each daily ad set to half of what it was during the launch. And you can also set your Amazon coupons budget to be half of what you would normally want over 2 to 3 days of a full launch. So if you were aiming to get 10 sales each day during your launch, you can aim to get only 5 sales each day through Amazon coupons and budget accordingly. You'll also want to keep your sponsored ads running as is, but start optimizing and growing them based upon the sponsored ads training that's coming up in the next module. Then, after 2 to 3 days, you can turn off your Facebook ads, but you'll want to keep your sponsored ads running and keep running some coupons. Think 10 to 25% off in order to maintain a high conversion rate. Now let's talk about reviewing the performance of your launch. By the end of your launch, you should start seeing improvements in both keyword ranking and in BSR. You'll want to be sure to continue tracking your keyword ranking position as well as your BSR for the next couple of days, and preferably ongoing. And using Helium 10's keyword search ranking tracker, that makes it incredibly simple to do. Now, keep in mind, these will start to fall back over time and usually pretty quickly, and that is completely normal. Do not freak out. It happens all the time. There's just no way to keep that high search ranking and low BSR when you're no longer running your launch. Remember, the goal here is to have kickstarted your product sales so that you begin getting consistent and growing sales, not so that you continue to get all the sales that you got during your launch. You'll want to keep all your data around for your next launch or your next relaunch of the same product to make that one much easier. And you will need to continue your marketing efforts in order to grow sales, and that will be covered in the next module. But even before we get to the advanced marketing training, there are some things we can do right now to keep your sales and rankings going. For Amazon sponsored product ads, now that your product already has some traction, you'll want to keep those on so that you continue getting additional sales and search rank improvements. You can review your campaign's performance and do some basic optimization, but that'll be covered in much more detail in the next module. And here's a tip: sponsored product ads, and really all traffic, converts much better when you have an Amazon coupon still running. Now for social media, there's a couple things you can do as well. Since the majority of your new launch was done using social media, in particular Facebook, Be sure to share some post-launch messages thanking your followers for a great launch and sharing any positive comments or maybe even reviews that you might have gotten. So when people know that your huge discounts that you were talking about were legitimate, they may start reaching out to you to see if they can participate in future launches. So if you've just completed your launch, now it's time to take action. The first step is to determine if you need to extend your launch for a few days or not. Now, if you start winding it down, you can do that by scaling down your Facebook ads and Amazon coupons, but still run them for 2 to 3 more days. You'll want to keep your sponsored product ads on. You'll want to track and review the performance of your launch once it's over, and then you'll want to share the results of your launch with your social media fans. And coming up, we're going to wrap up Module 6. So head on over and I'll see you in that lesson.